Welcome, ZASLOW Show 2.0. It is a Tuesday, the 14th of November. Good to have you aboard. Part of the Believe Podcast Network and presented as always by Anidjar and Levine, Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733. If you're involved in an accident, you want to get the best personal injury lawyers on the phone. First, you call 911. Then you call 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733, Anidjar and Levine. They talk to the insurance company for you. They schedule your appointments. They'll send you updates about your case. They answer all of your questions. Let them put their skills to work for you. Anidjar and Levine, Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733. Week 10 of the NFL season is over. We did it, everybody. We got through the week, and the Miami Dolphins, even though they were on a bye, had maybe the best bye week in franchise history. So we got a lot to get to here today. Monday Night Football last night, the Broncos do the Bills a huge solid. Really what it was the Bills were awful. It wasn't even so much the Broncos did the Dolphins a solid by beating the Bills. The Bills were just terrible last night. Now, before we get to the meat of everything, all the major pro sports leagues, they're up and running. Basketball, college hoops, ready to go. Bet Online remains your top spot for all your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL, all in full swing. Bet Online is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions. All the hoops betting action along with every sport available at your fingertips with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to the Bet Online today. Remember to use the promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. So, thanks to everyone, or anyone, who tuned in last night. I hosted with Amber Wilson, great girl, on ESPN Radio. Amber and Ian, so I was in for Ian Fitzsimmons again last night. I'm doing it again with her on Thursday night. So we were on during Monday Night Football last night. We'll be on during Thursday Night Football coming up, which is Bengals and Ravens. Huge start to Week 11 coming up in a couple of nights. But last night, I appreciate you guys listening. Had a really fun show. We talked a lot of NFL, talked a lot about the AFC North. Did a little bit on Adam Silver like I did yesterday on ZASLOW Show 2.0. If you ever miss any of ZASLOW Show 2.0, please, you could always go back into the archives, wherever you get your podcasts, and you can listen to previous versions. Past episodes are just as good as this one. I promise you. So anyway, we had a great time last night, and something that I do want to mention, all right? And this is confusing to me. So we talked a bit about Bill Belichick, right? Now look, for today, we're going to talk Dolphins, what happened last night as far as the Bills, the AFC East goes, and all that. Today's Tuesday. We got Twitter Jam. Twitter Jam's going to be on the Dolphins, the Bills, the AFC East. We got to update our ZASLOW Show 2.0 Power Rankings. That's coming up. And you got the Heat tonight back in action with in-season tournament play. But last night on Amber and Ian, we had Mike Reese on, ESPN Nation Patriots reporter. And so here's my question. I asked him about Belichick and Shula's record, how much it means to Belichick and all that. That's not what I want to talk or want to ask you guys here. What I am curious about is, what's the record? What's the record? And when I say what's the record, I mean, I've always referenced the record as Bill Belichick a few weeks ago got his 300th coaching victory. Don Shula has the record at 328. So Belichick is 28 wins behind Shula. Seems impossible to catch him at this point. But like Mike Reese mentioned, or, referred to it last night as Shula has 347 and Belichick has 331. That's the record, including their playoff wins. So, which is the record? I've always referenced it as Shula 328, Belichick 300. Or are we going with Shula all wins, 347. Belichick, 331. Because one of them he's 28 behind. The other one he's 16 behind. And the reason that I always thought that we go by the regular season mark is, for instance, postseason stats don't count. When we're talking about all-time touchdown record, all-time yardage record, when Marino broke all the records, when he left with 420 touchdown passes, that doesn't include his playoff touchdown passes. His yards record that he had, that doesn't include the playoffs. We don't include playoffs in any sport. We don't include playoff statistics in the records. It's only by regular season. So I don't know what the right answer is here. I thought we're going by regular season wins. And a lot of times you do hear it referenced as Shula 328. I mean, I hosted NFL Game Day the last 3 weeks on ESPN Radio, and a few weeks ago, Belichick got his 300th career coaching win. Well, why are we referencing that if it was actually his 331st coaching win? So I don't know the answer here. Which one, and we got to figure it out one way or the other, because if Belichick gets 16 more wins and then he ties Shula when we're including the playoffs, so is the next win, is that the record? Or is it regular season wins that we go by? So when we're talking stats, it's always regular season. I'm not sure why this would be any different. So I'm a little bit confused about that. Anyway, this weekend, Dolphins Raiders. We're doing another Johnny Cuba tailgate. Dolphins Raiders this Sunday, 1 p.m. Another Johnny Cuba tailgate. Are you hungry grill? My man Raul, he's going to be there. He's going to be cooking. Go to my Instagram and you could see Andre Stay Tranquilo. He posted on his stories, and I put it on mine, where the link is there. Are you hungry? You can order your food in advance. I think it's $15. And then you're getting food from my man Raul's cooking it right there. Unlimited beers courtesy of Johnny Cuba. My man Juan. Willie, of course, is going to be there. And I'm going to be recording we're going to be recording live on the Stay Tranquilo podcast. So I'll be on with those guys. Good opportunity right now. I might as well tell you guys, Johnny Cuba, everybody knows Johnny Cuba is the official beer of ZASLOW Show 2.0. It's those European roots with a Caribbean soul, refreshing German lager in a can. You can pick up a 6-pack at your local Sedano's, Presidente, Winn-Dixie. But come out this Sunday, official beer of ZASLOW Show 2.0, Johnny Cuba. We're doing another tailgate again. And you can come up, we're giving away Johnny Cuba. You have to purchase the food. You got to do it in advance, $15. And the link is there for Are You Hungry Grill. But the beer is included, all right? So coming out, you can hang out with us, and I'm going to be on the Stay Tranquilo podcast. We're just going to talk Dolphins football. We'll do it right there live. It's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, Johnny Cuba, remember, always drink responsibly. And of course, don't forget Johnny Cuba's mantra. I live my life by it. Stay tranquilo. So that's coming up this Sunday, all right? But I'm crowdsourcing. I'm trying to go. I am going to go to the tailgate. I'm trying to go to the game also, although I have no problem purchasing tickets, because if you wait before, I'll already be on the premises. And then, I'm the ticket ninja, all right? I'll be checking the tickets. SeatGeek's been great lately, by the way. I'm really into SeatGeek these days. SeatGeek, Ticketmaster, what have you. And I feel like you wait closer to close. Not I feel like, I know. Wait closer and closer to kickoff. Prices drop. I'll already be on the premises. So I'm going to purchase tickets, me and my son, and we're going to go to the game. That's the plan. But I'm trying to get, everybody knows when I'm trying to, that means I'm looking for the hookup, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a parking pass, all right? So I'm trying to outsource to the ZASLOW Show 2.0 public. I'm trying to get a parking pass, preferably orange. Yellow's okay too, but I'll also pay a regular price. You see the prices for some of these passes, $200, $250. Get the fuck out of here. So if you got an extra parking pass, you're looking to sell at a reasonable price, get at me, and hopefully we can work something out. So that's coming up this Sunday. I hope to see a bunch of you guys, Johnny Cuba tailgate. And so not last season, because last year was a little bit expensive too, But although maybe last year. No, last year too. Yeah. So this year's the first year where it's different. But for the last few years, like last year, I think I went to 5 Dolphin home games last year. I was practically a season ticket holder. And me and my son, we sat in essentially the same seats every game. First row, upper deck, end zone. Love those seats. Every one of those games we went to last year and we sat in those seats, I think I paid like between $45 and $60 a ticket. Amazing value. We went to like 5 games. This year, those tickets are impossible. Those same tickets now this year for every game, like I look for the Raiders game this weekend, $300. $300. We're talking like a 600% price increase from last year. You know, resale market, of course. Used to get those tickets for like $50 now, $300 for the same seats. And it sucks because I'm not paying that. But it's also a good thing, of course. Overall, it's a good thing because, yeah, it's because the Dolphins are awesome. Because they're Super Bowl contenders. So, overall, it is a good thing. But when prices are so high, it means they're really good. It means the place is always packed. But man, like last year, it was so easy getting the great tickets. I'm the ticket ninja, but I can't work miracles. All right, so anyway, that's a little bit to start the program here before we get into the crux of today's current events. Last night, the Denver Broncos do the Dolphins a huge solid last night with a 24-22 win over the Buffalo Bills. All right, so Denver, like, you couldn't possibly have went into this game if you're a Dolphin fan and thought to yourself, yeah, you know what? I think the Broncos can win this game. There's no way. But once the game got to halftime, and remember, I'm on the air during halftime here. Once the game got to halftime, all right, I think the score was 9-8. It's not a good game, but at least we got a game now. At least we'll get done doing Amber and Ian. I'll shut off the equipment. I'll lie down here in the ZASLOW Mansion master bedroom bed. I'll put the game on. We got something to root for here. Can the Broncos do the Dolphins a solid? And this Josh Allen, I am so over hearing about Josh Allen. The interceptions, the fumbles, the decision-making. Stephon Diggs hates him. We'll get to that as well. Josh Allen, get the hell out of here. Tua Tagovailoa is by far the best quarterback in the AFC East. This is not a debate. This is not even up for discussion. I'm tired of hearing about Josh Allen. And you know what? You compare Josh Allen to Patrick Mahomes as well, you're off your rocker there too. I'm done with this Josh Allen. He's good, obviously, but get out of here with Josh Allen being an elite quarterback. Tua is by far the best quarterback in the AFC East. Not even close. Don't at me. So, Josh Allen with the turnovers all over the place last night, keeping Denver in the game. And finally, just like you knew it would, like Denver missed an extra point earlier off the post. Denver goes ahead 21-15. Great touchdown drive there, Russell Wilson. And the extra point is bobbled. The snap is bobbled by the placeholder. Perfect snap, he just dropped it. 21-15. And at that point, you know the Bills are going to win the game. So they drive down the field. And they score with, what are we talking? Like, I don't know, it's like a minute and a half left, 2 minutes, like 2 minutes left or something. Plenty of time left. So it's 22-21. And the Broncos, who, like, their offense stinks. Russell Wilson's actually having a good year. Like, he takes care of the ball. He's making good decisions. But, man, like, Sean Payton has handcuffed him. They don't let him do very much. It's a lot of dinking and dunking. And finally, time's running down here. They're around midfield. They've been sacked 2 plays in a row. They're bringing the all-out blitz again, and Russell Wilson just chucks it up. It's the only thing he can do. Just chucks it up, and you get the pass interference call. I think the call was a little bit questionable, if I can be honest with you, but you get the pass interference call. It's like, yeah, Broncos are going to win. Ball's on the 20-yard line. It's going to be like a 39-yard field goal. Just drain some clock. Clock management, super poor from Sean McDermott. They got to do a fire drill with no timeouts left to get the field goal team on there to kick the field goal on 4th down. They actually end up having plenty of time. They snap it with like 9 seconds left or whatever. Kick's no good. And the flag comes out. Too many men on the field. So the turnovers, the pass interference, field goal's no good. Too many men on the field. Broncos make the game-winning field goal. Broncos win 24-22. And inexplicably, the Bills are 5-5. The Dolphins pretty much won the division yesterday. Yep. They're now 2 up in the loss column. That's what matters. They're 2 up in the loss column now over the Buffalo Bills. And still have a home game the final season against Buffalo. That is an embarrassment for the Buffalo Bills. 12 players on the field. Pass interference, okay, fine. 12 players on the field at the end of the game. The Bills were a disaster last night. And by the way, the Bills just lost at home to the team the Dolphins scored 70 points against. Yep. Let me repeat it. The Bills just lost at home to the team the Dolphins dropped a 70-piece on. Yep, that's right. Let that marinate in your head for a second. So this week, best bye week ever, right? Bengals lose at home. Ravens lose at home. Jaguars lose at home. Bills lose at home. I better not hear anyone mention any of those teams are frauds. I better not hear anyone talk about you're a fraud. When you lose at home, when you're the Bengals, you're the Ravens, you're the Jaguars, you're the Bills, you're losing at home to under 500 teams, I better not hear anyone call those teams a fraud. The only fraud is the Miami Dolphins when you lose on the road at the teams that were in the Super Bowl last year and are currently first place in their respective conferences. That's the only time you're a fraud, if you're the Dolphins. If you're the Bills and you lose at home to the team the Dolphins scored 70 on, and you're now a 500 team, and they're under 500, you're still not a fraud if you're the Bills. Only the Dolphins are a fraud. I better not hear anyone call anybody a fraud but the Miami Dolphins. It's different rules for the Dolphins. Only the Dolphins are frauds. Everybody knows that. By the way, breaking news here. As a result of last night, kind of feels a little bit like somebody had to take the fall. Kind of feels a little bit like Sean McDermott trying to save his own ass. The Bills fired Ken Dorsey. Yeah, we hate that because we like Kenny. All-time greatest UM quarterback, like the nicest guy ever. Buffalo Bills fire Ken Dorsey this morning. We don't like that. I got to give you the news, though. This is a news-breaking podcast. Everybody knows that. The Bills are in big trouble. Here's the Bills' remaining schedule, because last night was one of their easy games. The Dolphins are now starting the easy part of their schedule. The easy part of the Bills' schedule just ended. Here's what the Bills have left. Next week, the Bills have the New York Jets, who they already lost to. But I would expect them to beat the Jets. Although, I don't know. The Bills are 5-5. They're a very average football team. Bills have the Jets next week. Then, get this murderer's row. At Philadelphia, at Kansas City, Dallas, at LA Chargers, New England, that's like a bye, and then at Miami. Very difficult schedule for Buffalo. Buffalo, they would be lucky. Look, let's say they beat the Jets. They're going to lose at Philly. They're going to lose at KC. I could see them losing at the Chargers. They're going to lose at least 3 more games. This is a 9-win Bills team. It's a 9-8 Bills team. They're going to miss playoffs. Forget the division. The Dolphins are going to have this division won before Week 18. They're going to have this division won before they get to that final game against the Bills. And you know what? How about this? I hope the Bills win some of these games coming up. I root hard against the Bills. I hope the Bills win some of those games I just told you they're going to lose. I hope the Bills are still eligible for the playoffs. They're not going to be eligible for the division. Dolphins are going to have a division sewn up before Week 18. I hope the Bills are still eligible for the playoffs going into Week 18 so the Dolphins can take that ass and knock them out of the playoffs officially Week 18 at Hard Rock Stadium. I hope the Bills get their act together and win some games. Get it together, Bills. Get it together so we can send you home ending your season week 18. That's what we're rooting for now the rest of the way here. Get your act together, Bills.